ladies and gentlemen. My name is Quan. I'm proud to introduce myself as a student from TEDxYersin University of Đà Lạt. Have you ever felt like you were lost in a giant maze and your inner compass was pointing the wrong way, leaving unsure of your direction, and you have to face with a lot of challenges? Yes, that was my story. And I've been there and experienced those feelings. And standing here today is such a huge pleasure for me to share with all of you my story, my 3 biggest challenges that I have to overcome in my life. The first one is choosing the wrong major. The second one is taking on an opportunities beyond my abilities. And the third one is conquering in English. And each of them has been a huge opportunity for me to unlock my hidden potential to become a better version of myself. And now, let's start with my first challenge, choosing the wrong major. When I was a child, I used to think that when I grew up, I would build beautiful houses for others. And then at 18, I burned the midnight oil every day to gain admission to a prestigious university. And my hard work paid off. I proudly entered the University of Architecture, majoring in civil engineering. It felt like my dream come true. But when I started studying, I realized things weren't as I had imagined. The deeper I delved into my major, the more I understood that this path didn't align with who I was. So I felt depressed, disappointed, lost, and even blamed myself. Am I a failure? Imagine when you know that you choose the wrong major, what could you do next? Give up and start over, or will you keep learning? And my decision at that time was to keep learning, because I still wanted to try my best to complete that program. Eventually, I graduated with decent grades, and I also worked in construction industry, hoping that practical experience might spark my interest. But the more I tried, the more I realized this industry just wasn't for me, no matter how much effort I put in. It wasn't something I could see myself doing long term. So at 23, I accepted the truth and made one of the hardest decisions of my life, to start over. And you know, a lot of people ask me, Wang, do you regret spending 5 years studying civil engineering? And my honest answer is, not at all. Those years weren't wasted. They taught me so much. They taught me about self-awareness, allowing me to deeply understand my strengths and my weaknesses. Facing with my first challenge, I learned an important lesson. Mistakes are not the scariest thing. What truly matters is how we face those mistakes, learn from them, and seek the right path for ourselves. And thanks to that, I was able to choose the right major for myself, graphic design, and I went back to the school for the second time to study graphic design at FBT Academy International, where I had the opportunity to face with my second challenge in my life, that is, taking on an opportunity beyond my abilities. At that time, I was a graphic design student. And one day, a huge opportunity came to me The school where I was studying offered me a job as a lecturer. Imagine that they believed in me enough to give me a chance to stay on after graduation and step into a role of a lecturer. I was so happy at first, but then I was extremely worried because I didn't know if I had enough abilities to do it, to be honest, at that moment. The gap between being a student and becoming a lecturer seemed enormous to me. Lecturers are people I always admired for their expertise and knowledge, while I was just a student still gathering small pieces of knowledge day by day. How could I ever think about becoming a lecturer? Facing with this situation, the easiest way was to run away. But then I thought, why would someone entrust me with such a big opportunity? And how didn't I dare to accept it? It could be a great chance for me to improve myself. So after thinking for a long time, I decided to take this opportunity and embark on a new journey. And I knew this journey wouldn't be easy. I would face many challenges. So I reminded myself to work with the spirit of a warrior, never backing down from any hardships. From that moment, I stepped into a new phase of my life. From an ordinary student, I became a graphic design lecturer. And now I've been teaching for over 5 years. Thanks to my willingness to accept challenges, confront them, overcome them, so I could discover my passion for being a lecturer. A meaningful job where I can share my knowledge to younger generations. It's truly wonderful to do a job that I love and also bringing value to others. Along that journey, I learned another lesson. When you work hard and take your job seriously, good opportunities will come to you. Opportunities may seem beyond your ability at first, but there are moments when you break through your limit, unlock your potential, and achieve greater things. However, we shouldn't just stand there and waiting for opportunity to fall into our laps. We need to actively create our goals and plans to push ourselves forward. So I reminded myself, I asked myself what kind of person I wanted to become and how I could become that person, as well as what skills and requirements I needed. This self-reflection led me to set my new goals. And the next challenge I set for myself was conquering English, my scariest subject in high school. And now I knew I had to overcome my fear of English, especially in the context of Vietnam integration with the world. English is becoming more essential than ever. I could no longer avoid this weakness. It was time for me to break through that limit. And that's why, at 31 years old, I decided to become a student again, majoring in English at TEDxYersin University. And that's how I am able to stand on this stage today and sharing with all of you my story in English. It's never too late to learn, right? For me, learning is an ongoing journey. Throughout any journey, whether big or small, we'll face challenges. Let's try to overcome those challenges. And it's okay to go slower than others or even fail. What truly matters is how, and we keep trying, improving ourselves day by day and appreciating the process, including every small step. Each of these small steps help us gets closer to our goals. And believe me, our potential is far greater than we think. And now, let's take a moment to look back and appreciate our journey and continue unlocking our potential. Thank you for listening.